Hello, this is Father, and today I'm going to start out with SPY, and this is for entertainment and uh, educational purposes only. Yeah, as if it isn't posted everywhere. Anyway, um, this will be my last video for 2022. Um, uh, Currently, I'm looking at SPY to continue its higher highs and higher lows. It could still make a little bit pull down, but I think we're pretty good. We're still in the channel. Um, if you look at the daily, we have a really strong Moxie indicator, which I recommend to get. Anything over 30 is strong. The pink is the 200-day moving average. I'm looking for it to catch this peak somewhere before Christmas. Depends like when it comes up in the channel, because you know they do a lot of pullbacks and everything. Today we have some pretty important news come from Powell, and I think they've been used from my last posting on this. These lines here were, you know, if we go above this at the time, we were looking to keep the uptrend, and if we went below this, we were going to drop off the map, and we were much closer to this than the drop off. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the drop off. If anybody watched my last video in Discord, I had explained about this pullback. It was needed because of liquidity, and because we were getting really small numbers up here, a little small volume. The pullback didn't give us as much volume as I was hoping. I'd like to have seen something like this where it really scared people, but apparently enough people have been exhausted from selling, which could cause more of a pull down. It could actually pull down quite a bit and still be in an uptrend. You know, it can break out of this channel slightly and still be in an uptrend as long as we have a higher low and the next move being a higher high. We're okay, but today I think they're going to start to push this thing up. And off the news, maybe take it up even higher. It could be a really wild day. Just want people to keep that in mind. I think once they start pushing it up, we're going to get some FOMO. If anybody's looking at options, you know, it has to break above this 432 line to be an uptrend. The point figure does show a maximum of 435 currently, so it is possible to break above it, and then it could have a pullback to where it's part of a very much larger picture, and then could really take off. But in the immediate, before the end of the year, I'm just looking at a possible 435. Anywhere between 432 and 435, you know, it's on an uptrend. Well, 432.17. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take a hiatus because I put a lot into this, and for me, I have my own issue of when I'm over, you know, if I'm up 200%, it's hard for me to keep holding because I like, you know, I'd like to take profits, but on this one, I feel like it's going out to December 30th and buying some long out calls. It could be the most profitable thing, and I don't want to make myself uh, reactive, so I'm just going to set an alert and then I'm going to look at it, but I'm not going to really watch it at all, and that's why I'm doing this pre-market, because there could be a pullback today and then on the news take off, or vice versa. It could take off this morning, the news make it pull back down, try to scare people out. That was the whole purpose of this down thing, to say, oh yeah, we're still on the downtrend, make people feel bearish, but we're not that far away from the 200-day moving average. We're just slightly under it, and it wouldn't take that much to hop over it. And the immediate point figure said 404. We never hit it on real time. We did hit it on the after hours. Oops, sorry, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to switch to AMC. Sorry, my bad. So everything's going wrong this morning. So anyway, if we look a little closer to the daily, I've seen this pattern quite a few times. Not that I'm in the fractals very much, but this usually has like a straight line up, and then it kind of continues out how it came in. It comes up, kind of pulls back, and then it goes up. I don't know if they would call that any type of pattern. I think we've been stuck down here because of liquidity. I think they took it here because they thought they left a liquidity gap and that this would be a good spot to take it to, and maybe it wasn't enough, but if we take the majority of what they did yesterday and sorry, it's probably more like majority of it's here, and we pull it back, I don't know, a month, I think, maybe. Let's see here. You can see that we had a gap here going back pretty far. And yes, does that mean that we could still pull down to this area? Of course it does. And it would still be pretty valid. Now, I don't know if they'll do that or not. Depends on how the composite operator has got everything. If you look here on the Moxie, it's showing pretty big weakness on the 30-minute. So it's very iffy. Yeah, it depends on, of course, what the composite operator is looking at doing. But here was a very big liquidity zone, I believe. Now, I don't use the visual volume indicator, but I do believe that it's probably a good volume area. Yeah, I still think this is a bullish channel. I think it's moving out of the bear market. People are still more bearish than they are bullish, which is a good indicator that the when people are scared, buy, and when people are greedy, sell. So I think it's a pretty good sign that we're gonna get to the top of this channel and break slightly above it to where it'll come down before the end of the year, or maybe even it's more like right before. It's right here where it could start to meet. It doesn't mean it will, but the channel and the lines start to meet around the 14th. So it's totally doable. It's a possibility. Plus, this negative here is really started to curve on the 30-minute. As you can see, the green line shows that there's there's resistance. I watched it yesterday come down. They were buying on the way down. It wasn't a sell-off. There's no selling here at the top that indicates that they were looking to take this thing all the way down. So um, that's what I'm seeing. There may be some false indicators that are showing making bears feel like they may have control, and it's going to drop all the way back down to this level. And that's because it does have a very similar, but there's a lot of things that are different about it. Very similar look to Booksy's cat ears, where it has like the paw and the possible ear in the middle and then the next ear. The problem is that the top does not look distributive. I know it has the ups and it does come down, but it doesn't have the up thrusts and rounding off elements that you would get from a distribution. So, and if you see on the 30, we're actually above the 200-day moving average. So these indicators alone have helped me digest what I'm seeing from a Wyckoff perspective of the only concerning factor has been that this part I think should have brought more liquidity, but they may not mind because if I'm correct, they've been, they got most of their liquidity back here, and really, started actually probably from the first pullback whenever it started. So from right here, they started collected a whole bunch here, and so anything higher than that, they've got plenty of room to sell. They bought a lot, here. So this came down, but the stopping action was huge, and they collected a lot. So I still see this as an upward trend, and maybe I'm wrong. There could be a if I am wrong, it would have to go lower than this, which that's quite a bit of a fall. It's more of a fall than I'm expecting of a high. So, and so far the point and figure count hasn't paid off yet. At a minimum, it should have hit 404. Came very, very, very close several times, but it never went above 404. What else can I say about it? We're at the lower part of the stream. We held out in the middle part quite a bit. Yeah, it's looking very positive to me, and I know a lot of people feel bearish, but what can you do? Okay, now on to AMC. Since this is my final day doing that, you can see that we go to the daily on this. And the Moxie indicator is not at 30. So 30 shows at least strength. I don't know what I was going to type there. The 2 is a marking from liquidity zone, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. I don't think we're going to go to 2, but we may see a revisit down here. It's very hard to tell because the stopping at, like the previous composite operator spent a lot and this one isn't pushing as hard. I would still like to see more volume than this as a bottom, but it's possible that with a second pull down to this level, that they might be able to pick up enough volume to start to push it up. I'm not seeing it yet. I haven't did a point figure on it for a while. Maybe it's a chance for me to do it this morning, just to do it because, yeah, might as well finish this up since it's the last thing that I plan on doing. Let's see, does this work? No, that don't work. Okay, sorry. Take me a second on this. Why can't you be more prepared? My screen's actually like frozen right now, so hoping that it's still recording and it's going to let me pull this up. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, a little big. Okay, let's try it anyway, see if it fits. So on point figure, I'm going to type in AMC. And what we're looking for here is a cause. And as you can see, we've started to make one. We're not looking too bad. I always turn these off. Let's see if my recording's picking any of this up. Okay, it is. Okay, so turn these off, and instead of the trend lines, let's go with Bollinger Bands. And I'll explain a little bit of this. This was the thing that clearly thinking had been using. And the interesting thing is, and this is kind of cool, when the Bollinger Band's starting to tighten, it shows that they're accumulating. And when they spread, it shows you they're about to, they can kind of take off. It's interesting here because, this is kind of from the split, who knows how much is this caused an effect, but if you can see, we're quite a bit under where it's even tightening. So, I would look at this. This is the cause that they made before. This is the cause that they made before. So I'd say we're about halfway through the cause. It doesn't need to come down too much more to make a row of zeros. If it goes below, if it goes below $5, it'll be called a triple bottom breakdown, and then it might actually go further. But those are also the most easily reversed and failing point and figure things. So it could be like a spring effect. This one had a spring effect. This would have been a double bottom breakdown, but then it sprung up and then took off, of course. This one just kept going at an upward angle. And as you can see here, we haven't had enough pullback to really, keep accumulating or keep this pattern going up. Getting close though, and now I'm going to take it back to the Wyckoff of this. Point and figure is very handy to get a count, and it's a very useful tool. But right now, we've been in a obvious downtrend, lower highs, lower lows since the split. Well, since last year when it really started coming down, really, to tell you the truth. But after the split, this was the first time we made a higher high. So I would say we're probably in an accumulation zone here, but what you're really going to want to see, and it's kind of annoying, I know, but you're going to want to see it do a lot of this before it takes off. And previously, I think the point figure hit this one pretty well. It was a different number back then, so I can't really recall how close we came. I know that I had mine set up to auto sell, and I only missed it from by a couple of dollars before it dropped off the planet. Oh no, it was the first one. No, this one here. I missed the top by I think like just a few dollars doing the point figure, and I actually slept through it and let it auto sell, and woke up to find out, hey, it sold close to the top and it dropped way down. These these lines here are what we have to really break through to be on a uptrend. It's completely possible still. I know people have been pessimistic about AMC a little bit, and probably disheartened because of the way the market's treated them, taking it down and down and down. But I think it's a way to like almost punish retail. Like, how dare you try to make us pay money? We're going to make you regret ever being in the stock market and just keep messing with people. But still, with the short interest and everything, they're not out of the woods yet, right? Now, how quick can they pay off down here? I think they could buy back pretty quickly, but if they start to squeeze, I mean, if these are trading hands over into retail, if retail is still holding, it could be a really nasty business. Personally, I would be looking to buy again if you're going to buy more, very close to the $5 mark, if not slightly below. And if it does this type of pattern, I would expect before spring it would come down below something like this. Just from a Wyckoff perspective, they would build up your cause, then it would have a spring, a lot of volume come in, people scared to death, maybe bring it down, all the way down to 4, something to scare the living bejesus out of everybody, and then take it off. So keep that in mind. Don't be scared of it going back. Somebody asked me on Twitter, I didn't respond to them, when triple digits on AMC, and I don't think AMC is going to hit triple digits now. I could be wrong. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, there's been plenty of exploration up here to merit something like that, but the old composite operator would have to come back in, and really, you really want to see a volume like this where it gets bought up like crazy, and yeah, look how strong this had went up at the time. It was almost at 10 on the daily. Now that should also show you that with the SPY, sorry, going back to the SPY daily, and I really started enjoying this Mox indicator. It's at 11, so if you think about it, like AMC, like it's more it's looking more positively going up than the peak of the AMC run. So take that for what you will, but to me, it's a pretty good indicator. Um, yeah, I hope everybody has nice holidays, whichever ones you celebrate coming up, and I'll be back at the beginning of the year. Of course, if you ask me anything in Discord, I'll respond because I'll get a message. Uh, Hopefully, it's not about spy. But if you want me to look at anything else, of course, you can contact me or whatever, and I'll try to answer it. Uh, and I'm only taking the hiatus because of um, my own limitation on taking profits, and I really want to try to hold everything I have uh, until with SPY we break this top here, and and then sell, and then you know go from there. But yeah, um, I don't know. I really appreciate everybody being part of the Discord. I know I don't do much on Twitter anymore. I'll post this one on Twitter, make it public, just because I haven't posted anything for quite a while since we started the Discord on Twitter because I didn't see a reason to. And I know most people in our Discord are here for Booksy, which is completely fine. You know, Booksy and I started this together, and um, he, you know, he's already a giant influencer, and uh, got a big backing. So I don't know if I've helped anybody so far. It makes me happy. Uh, and if not, that's fine too. Uh, People tend to say I'm bearish, but I'm only I'm really only reading the chart, and um, I'm not trying to take an opposing view um, uh, to anyone or trying to just be like the Siskel and Ebert, where one says it's the greatest film of all times and the other one says it's trash. uh, anyway, um, uh, yeah, it's been a really nice year. Thank the people that have tipped me. That's been very nice. It makes me feel um, good that somebody's getting something out of the Discord, whether or not it's from me or they're just being happy or whatever. Uh, I do appreciate it, um, and I think we have a really good community on our Discord. Um, Everything, you know, there's a lot of good TA people, a lot of people that are come up with some really great thoughts, post some really great stuff. There's not really the madness that I've seen in other Discords. It's very cordial, in my opinion, and everyone seems very likable. And yeah, when I come back, uh, I'll probably be in the voice channel the whole day, and or maybe I'll start streaming YouTube all day. I haven't made up my mind yet. I thought about streaming YouTube all day because if I'm looking at it all day, I might as well do one or the other. I had been streaming, or yeah, basically streaming in our Discord in the chat, but no one really comes into that. So I'm like thinking maybe YouTube might be a better option, but uh, yeah, I'm just looking to help out and um, yeah, we got a ways to go, but it's been a fun ride. So on that, I'll catch you on the flip side.